Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. We are on Canto 4, Chapter 9, Text 16. Yasmin viruddha gatayo hi anisham patante.
यस्मिन्
विरुद्ध्य
विरुद्ध
गतय हि
गतयो हि
अनिशं पतन्ति
पतन्ति
Vidyadayo vividdha shaktaya anupur.
विद्या आदय
विद्यादयो
विविधशक्तयः अनुपूर्वयात्
Tad Brahma Vishwabhavam Ekam Anantam Adyam
तत्ब्रह्म
तद्ब्रह्म विश्वभवम् एकम् अनन्तम् आधम्
Anandamatram Avikaram Aham Prapadye.
आनन्दमात्रम् अविकारम्
अविकारम्
अहं
अहं
प्रपद्ये।
प्रपद्ये.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. My dear Lord, in your impersonal manifestation of Brahman, there are always two opposing elements, knowledge and ignorance. Your multi-energies are continually manifest, but the impersonal Brahman, which is undivided, original, changeless, unlimited, and blissful, is the cause of the material manifestation. Because you are the same impersonal Brahman, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Dhruva Maharaj is very clearly pointing out that where is the Brahman coming from? Saying you are the Brahman. It's very clearly, he's just pointing out. In the Brahma Samhita, it is said that the unlimited impersonal Brahman is the effulgence of the transcendental body of Govinda. So Brahma Samhita, the prayers written by Brahmaji is saying that the Brahma Jyoti is coming from the body of Krishna. Now, body of Krishna is not a material body, it is transcendental body of Govinda. In that unlimited effulgent aura of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there are innumerable universes with innumerable planets of different categories. We say, right? Oh, everyone has an aura. So the Brahma Jyoti is the aura of Lord Krishna. And what's inside the Brahman? There are many, many universes and planets. It's not that the Brahman is empty. It's like the sky, when we look up in the sky, we see the stars, the moon, the sun. Similarly, the Brahman, it expands everywhere, spiritual world, material world, everywhere. Although the Supreme Person is the original cause of all causes, his impersonal effulgence, known as Brahman, is the immediate cause of the material manifestation. So the material world is also situated on the Brahman. It's not that the material world is outside the Brahma Jyoti. No, it's just a certain portion of the Brahma Jyoti. This material manifestation is taking place. It gets covered with a dark cloud called the Mahatattva. Well, how does it get covered? Krishna is putting the Purusha avatar. He's doing it. It's not that it's automatically happening. Lord Vishnu, Mahavishnu is doing that. So Dhruva Maharaj therefore offered his respectful obeisances unto the impersonal feature of the Lord. One who realizes this impersonal feature can enjoy the unchangeable Brahmananda described here as spiritual bliss. So Dhruva Maharaj is clearly understanding. He's not saying that, oh, now I'm liberated, I have become the Supreme Brahman, I have become God. No, he's understanding God is a person. And this Brahma Jyoti, Brahman, is coming from the body of Krishna. And Dhruv Maharaj is a separate person, individual still. He's liberated, but he's not become God. He understands that. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur describes that this impersonal feature or Brahman manifestation of the Supreme Lord is meant for persons who are essentially very advanced, but still not able to understand the personal features or variegatedness of the spiritual world. Such devotees are known as Jnana Mishra Bhaktas, or devotees whose devotional service is mixed with empiric knowledge. Because the impersonal Brahman realization is a partial understanding of the absolute truth, Dhruva Maharaj offers his respectful obeisances. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, one of the great acharyas in our line, he says that personalities who are more inclined towards the process of Gyan, they are devotees also, because they are understanding that I am not God. They are understanding, oh, God and me are different. God is great, I am small. So they are also devotees. But their devotion, their knowledge exceeds the devotion. You can say that. And then they are attracted to this Brahman feature. They are attracted to the Brahman feature. Brahman feature is partial understanding of absolute truth. The complete understanding of absolute truth is Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagwaneti, Shabdayate. That the Brahma Jyoti and Paramatma is a feature of the Supreme Person, Krishna. That is complete understanding of absolute truth. It is said that this impersonal Brahman is the distant realization of the absolute truth. Although apparently Brahman seems to be devoid of energy, factually it has different energies working under the headings of knowledge and ignorance. So someone may think that Brahman is empty, It's not empty. Sky is not empty. There's universes there. In this Brahman, there's so many different universes are there, planets are there. And here we are understanding that there are different energies also, the knowledge and ignorance. On account of these different energies, there is continually a manifestation of Vidya and Avidya. Vidya and Avidya are very nicely described in Isopanishad. So the Sat, Chit, Ananda. There is this knowledge feature is there in the Brahman. So there is knowledge feature, and together with knowledge, there's ignorance, Vidya and Avidya. It is said that there, it is said there that sometimes due to avidya or a poor fund of knowledge, one accepts the absolute truth as ultimately impersonal. But in fact, the impersonal and personal realization develop in proportion to the development of devotional service. The more we develop our devotional service, the more closely we approach the absolute truth, which in the beginning, when we realize the absolute truth from a distant place, is manifest as impersonal. So Prabhupada would give a nice example for us to understand that if we see a hill from very far away, we'll see it's more like a fog, can't even see the hill. It's more like a fog. Then we go closer, then we can see, oh, it has some shape. It has some shape. But when we actually are very close, we can see, oh, the hill has trees, plants, waterfalls, fruits, so many different things. Similarly, when we are approaching the absolute truth, when we just begin our journey or when we are looking at him from very far away without any devotional service or just the beginning of devotional service, then we will understand that the absolute truth is light of Brahman. As we go further, as we continue further in our devotional service, we will realize the absolute truth as Paramatma in our heart. And as we continue with the devotional service, then we realize that the absolute truth is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So the more we engage in devotional service, the more we will be able to understand the absolute truth. Krishna says, I can be known only by devotional service. Bhaktyamam abhijanati. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, text 55. The more we hear and chant about Krishna, the more we will understand Krishna. People in general who are under the influence of avidya shakti or maya have neither knowledge nor devotion. But when a person who is little advanced and is therefore called a jnani advances even more, he is in the category of a Gyan Mishra Bhakta, or a devotee whose love is mixed with empiric knowledge. So Gyan Mishra Bhakta is very great because he's already trying to understand the absolute truth. His knowledge may not be perfect, but is better than not cultivating any knowledge or any devotion. So one may come to the point of being a jnani, a knowledgeable person, and then he gets in touch with the devotee, he engages in devotional service, and gradually he's becoming a Gyan Mishra Bhakta. When he is still further advanced, he can realize the absolute truth is a person with multi-energies. So we heard Guru Maharaj saying yesterday also, we have to understand Krishna has inconceivable energies. Inconceivable. It's very difficult for us to understand. Why? Because we are so limited. Our mind, after all, is limited. But Krishna is unlimited. So he can do inconceivable things. An advanced devotee can understand the Lord and his creative energy. As soon as one accepts the creative energy of the Absolute Truth, the six opulences of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are also understood. So we have to understand Absolute Truth has these energies. We say God is omnipotent. So Krishna has all these different energies. And then we can understand that Krishna is a supreme person who has complete all the opulences. The six opulences, does anyone remember? Guru Maharaj just was speaking about it yesterday.
Yes, all strength, all beauty, all fame, all riches, all knowledge, and all renunciation.
Thank you. And devotees who are still further advanced in full knowledge can understand the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. So then we continue devotional service. You see, devotional service, we don't stop. It continues. We become a Jnani, continue devotional service, become a Gyan Mishra Bhakta, continue the devotional service. Then can understand absolute truth has many energies. Oh, wow. Continue devotional service. Understand. Oh, he has six opulences. Continue. And then we will be able to understand the Leelas of the Lord. Right now, we are not able to understand the Leela. To us, it's just some other story. But the more we hear and chant about Krishna, we will be able to really understand his Leelas because it's on the platform of love. It's on a spiritual platform. Only on that platform can one fully enjoy transcendental bliss. An example is given in this connection by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur of a person proceeding towards a destination. As he approaches, he sees the destination from a distant place, just as we see a city from a distance. At that time, he simply understands that the city is situated at a distance. When he comes still nearer, however, he sees the domes and flags. But as soon as he enters the city, he sees various paths, gardens, lakes, marketplaces with shops and persons buying. He sees varieties of cinema houses and he sees dancing and jubilation. When a person actually enters the city and personally sees the activities of the city, he becomes satisfied. So same, as the more he's coming closer to the city, the more he's able to understand the city. Where from very far away, he's not able to understand the city. He's coming closer, he's seeing the domes and flags. He's entering the city, he's seeing, oh, there's so many gardens there, oh, there's market, oh, there's shops, there are people there, there's cinema house, there's dancing. So this is the example given by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So the more closer we come to the absolute truth, the more we will be able to understand the absolute truth. So the more we hear and chant about Krishna, the more we will understand Krishna.
One question I have.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's mentioned that in the Brahma Jyoti, the Brahman effulgence, there is Vidya and Avidya. So a person who goes there, reaches there, that means that person can be inclined with Vidya and Avidya, depending on, right, how he is engaging in, but there are no activities there, right?
Yeah, there's no activity there.
So then, I mean, you can still engage in devotional service over there?
Unless we get the association of a devotee, which is very rare because devotees don't like to be in the Brahma Jyoti. Like really sitting in the Brahman, that the soul is now sitting in the Brahman. Very rare that you will find a devotee sitting in the Brahma Jyoti. So that's the reason from the Brahman platform, once the soul reaches the Brahman, after some time, mostly the soul will come down to the material world because no activity there and no knowledge that they can go to the higher to enter into the Vaikuntha planet. So that knowledge is not complete.
It's not complete. Okay. So that's it. There is ignorance and knowledge. That's what it's
That's
saying,
right.
right? Energy.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But we can understand it that when the person is still here in the material world, he is developing his knowledge, and by his knowledge, he's understanding, oh, that Brahman is God. And then he can come in touch with the devotees here in the material world. And then his understanding is because he starts engaging in devotional service, he starts hearing about Krishna, say, for example, or chants about Krishna. Then he's becoming a Gyan Mishra Bhakt. He's understanding now, oh, there is a difference, I am not the supreme. The supreme is separate than me. So then he is cultivating more and more of this knowledge by his devotion.
So that means in the material world, there's more chance, like for you to
Oh, yeah.
cultivate
Yes,
knowledge.
because they're devotees. Yeah, because the devotees are there. So we have a chance to get in touch with a devotee and develop our devotion.
Mhm.
But in the Brahman, if we actually go sit in the Brahman, think about it. We may be there for millions of years. Then by the time we come down, we don't know again if there's devotees here that time or no. So even being in the Brahman is not a safe position because still ignorance is there, not knowing our swarup, our spiritual identity.
So how it's saying then there is knowledge.
Because there is knowledge that, okay, there is difference between matter and spirit, understanding, okay, I'm not the matter, I'm spirit. So that knowledge is there.
Okay. Mhm. Okay.
Yeah. But that knowledge is not complete.
Mhm.
So actually, we are at a very good time, a good place right now at this point of time to be in this earth planet. When Mahaprabhu was just here 500 years ago, the golden age is going on. So we are very fortunate to be here at this point of time. And all we have to do is accept the mercy.
That's why it says, na, this is the golden age.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, that's right.
Sorry,
So
Hare
we are,
Krishna. What's the meaning of golden age?
the golden age is there's during this 10,000 years in Kali Yuga, Krishna's names will be heard and chanted. There'll be devotion. There'll be a lot of devotional service, Sankirtan. After this 10,000 years, God's names will be forgotten because this is Kali Yuga after all. It's an age of darkness. So in this 10,000 years on this earth planet, there is the chanting of the Hare Krishna going on. But after this golden age goes away, then there's no more religion.
But doesn't it say that after Kali Yuga, Satyug again comes, no? It's like a
Oh yeah,
cycle.
after 432,000 years.
Okay.
Yeah, then that's after 432,000 years. So Kali Yuga, for example, 5,000 years have passed. So of this Kali Yuga, 427,000 years are still there. Now, out of this 427,000, 10,000 is this golden age. After that, 417,000 years are going to be of darkness.
So when this thing, it says, right? I don't know. Somewhere I read or heard that Krishna will come again in the form of Kali and he'll destroy the whole world. Like everybody will be gone.
Yeah. Because at this time, there are still devotees on the earth. After this 10,000 years, there's going to be only godlessness. We are going to be so degraded. There's no religion. There is only just a godless society. We'll become more and more demoniac. And so what to do? Krishna will come as Kalki, kill all the godless people, and the few devotees who will be living in the forests and jungles to protect themselves, they will again start the new Satyug.
Okay. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, that's why, like they say that yada yada hi dharmasya, he comes when it is in a very, I mean, right? Yeah, when
the sins are more than anything, like when when they say na jai matka bhar jayega tabhi wo aake sab ulta kar dega.
That's right. So right now Krishna is here as his holy name.
Yes.
He is here. He's giving us an opportunity.
Okay.
The holy name is Krishna. The deity is Krishna. He's here. By the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, we just simply have to accept,
One more question, Shilpa. So the soul is in everything. Means even in a non-moving object.
For example.
No, like is the soul in a sofa, in a bag? Do we call that a living entity?
So sofa and bag, they are made of dead materials.
Right.
A combination of earth, water, fire, air, ether. So that's not living. But the super soul is there.
Super soul is pervading, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
But
living,
not the
Jivatma
soul,
is
right?
not there. Yeah. Soul is not there. So that's the difference. Now, what's the difference between a sofa and me, for example? Here, that's a very interesting question. So we can understand the difference between the material energy and the spiritual. What is the difference? Consciousness.
Chit, right? Okay.
Consciousness.
The super soul being there with the sofa or with the bag or anything like this. Matlab, it's not a moving object. Usme koi atma nahi. It's not a living and it's not breathing, right?
It's not breathing.
Yeah,
it's not breathing.
Super soul fir kaise hua usme? Like how will there be a super soul?
Super soul, see, agar super soul nahi aayega in every atom, nothing will be able to hold its position. The atom is being held only because he is there in it. Otherwise, nothing will be held. But we have to understand that these material elements are dead matter: earth, water, air, fire, ether. So suppose our bag, it is actually dead matter. There's no life in it.
Yeah.
And it's unconscious. There's no consciousness. The bag doesn't have that consciousness, I am a bag. It cannot feel that. The sofa cannot feel, I am a sofa. It's just a different combination of earth, water, air, fire, ether. But we, the living entities, we have that consciousness. Oh, I'm a man or a woman, or whatever, I'm a person. So similarly, the trees, although they are not moving, they are conscious also.
Yeah, because they are breathing, they are growing.
Yes, there is a soul inside the tree.
Yeah.
Or the animal is also conscious.
Yeah.
Any animal, say it be a cow or a dog, they understand that they are, they have their certain needs and they are individual.
Yeah.
So the conscious is the soul.
Yes, consciousness is the symptom of the soul.
Yeah.
Yes. So now see, when we leave the body, the same body which is appearing so alive right now is dead in one moment, right?
Yeah.
So what has happened? Because the consciousness has left, the soul has left the
Yeah.
body.
Soul is left, correct.
The soul has left. So the life is coming from the soul. We are thinking this body is living. Actually, this body is dead.
Yeah.
But because the soul is inside the body, that's the reason it appears to be living. So similarly, we are thinking this material nature is living. Why? Is because the super soul is there. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Not really, but
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
some.
yesterday I was just Googling, I was reading. So I mean, on the internet. So I was asked, when I put that question, is there soul in, non-moving object? So it say it's there, but it's dormant. So that's I just wanted to clarify. So yeah,
But no, there's no soul inside
no,
the sofa or a
no soul.
laptop or
Yeah,
a
it is there,
mobile.
but it's very, it's dormant. So it cannot be. So yeah, because it's dead matter, no? These
Dead
objects.
matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And is it also that Krishna says that I enter every atom as a Shirodakshaya Vishnu, like the Paramatma?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that is
That
there.
is what, yeah, so that is what you're trying to say, right, Shilpaji? That's what you're pointing out, that he enters every atom, even the non-living or whatever as Paramatma. So Paramatma is there in everything, no matter what. Is it
Yeah.
dead or it is living, right?
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Mhm. Thank you.
Thank you, Hare
Sabhi,
Krishna.
hum log, even like if we
Like
just
that, if you go
bang
to see,
our,
I'm sorry.
no, I was just saying that if we bang with our feet, we bang with a chair or something, we always touch and keep on our head. That was taught to us always. That even if
Yes.
you bang a chair or anything, even a bed or anything, so you
Or how
just
we
touch
kick,
because
na?
you know. Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes. So then we just put it on our head, we touch it and put it. So that's what it was taught. It is of that
Yeah.
now, I think.
Yeah.
That
We were not
Paramatma is
supposed to
there.
kick anything or, yeah.
Mm. Handle everything with, respect. Yeah, because
Yeah,
Yeah.
respect.
God is there. I mean, it's, yeah. Like how, no,
And it's
that,
a property of Krishna.
Caitaniya, I mean, yeah, correct. Like how Narsimha, right? How Prahlad,
Yeah. He came from the
Hiranyakashipu
pillar.
asked Prahlad, in that
Yeah.
Khamba, in the pill, where
Yeah.
is, God? You're saying, and say, show me. So then that's how, right? He appeared from the pillar.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
It's
So
true.
that's,
Yeah. But you know what? Well, if you look at it like so minutely, then of course there is souls pervading everywhere. Like even there's germs in we can't see them, but they are souls also, right? I
yeah,
mean,
that's what, like I was just, same thing. I was
so
just
so
checking and
even
it
in the
said it's
air
there.
right now, yeah, the
Mm,
souls, the individual souls are also everywhere. Krishna also says that
everywhere,
in the Bhagavad Gita, that there
everywhere.
is souls are everywhere,
Mm,
everywhere. And so then again, as this person rightly pointed out, depends on what body we are in, the consciousness is developed to that degree also. Like the animal, the soul is the same as the soul in the body of a human being, but the consciousness is more developed of the soul. That's why he's able to get this kind of a body.
okay.
say, like, for example, to a small child, we are not going to give 500,000 NT because we know he won't know what to do with it. He might just tear it up, right? So we will just buy him a small toy. But if it's like, our child has grown up, he's a grown man, and then we know he can handle it, so we will give him 500,000. Yeah, does that make sense? So similarly, Mother
Yes.
Nature, when the consciousness is not so developed, we are put in bodies according to that. And when the consciousness is more developed, then we get higher body.
Mm. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So the main thing to understand in all this is to understand that I am a soul and I have a relationship with God.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to develop that relationship. And to develop that relationship, I need to hear and chant or revive that relationship.
Right.
Thank you so much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Hare Krishna.